and we like hope.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a very loud and a very sold-out Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Coming up, we begin a triple header here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Strap in, the first of three on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Allen now on the option right. And he lost the football. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give, running right, Achane. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down at 7. Again, it's Achane. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll run. Achane. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
They go option right on second and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal will feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Well, let's see where they turn on third and goal from the 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Devon Achane. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will strike first here, this wild card matchup. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. They'll come up second and 7. Looking to throw. Penix. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. Well, he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Running out of the gun with ETN. They'll take this to the 46. From the 46, here's the second and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They'll throw with Penix. They'll drop this one off with ETN. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
They'll get this off to ETN. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Looking to throw, Penix. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They are going for it. Penix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again, Penix. ETN bringing in another one. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
That's another Bengals first down.
Here's Penix. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
60 Maverick. 70 Rangers. 19 tight. 19.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On the bootleg, it's Penix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice.
And now off to the races down the right side. The race is on. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Devon Achane with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it as we resume action. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Penix working out of the gun here. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Now they'll change things up.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, Penix from the gun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 62 yards. And the close, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
At the 25-yard line.
2nd and 7.
Achane here. They stay on the ground.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
146 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
1st down, Jets.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
12 more yards. That's a
Allen going to change this at the line.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Jets.
Up the middle, Achane.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Achane. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game, without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Back at the 37-yard line.
Half 85, half 85. Alert, alert.
Here's Allen.
That's to his tight end, Tyler Warren.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 17-yard line.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down,
Allen. He finds his man complete. That's Ramirez.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Back to the ground, Achane.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Achane will take this one in. Touchdown, New York. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in position to score points with that big-time return.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Penix. Touchdown! Mecole Hardman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Bengals 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time I look and repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. So after 3 drives that ended touchdown, 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 they get bogged down on drive number 4.
Yeah, I don't know how excited you would be on the other side of the ball that they finally didn't score. You know, you're happy, of course, but at the same time, did you have that much to do with it, or did they just get tired?
Maybe it's just a sense of relief at this point. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Uncorks one for Davis. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Let's go. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Now Penix. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Had no man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air, Penix.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Well, he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
60 back, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, go!
From the shotgun, it's Penix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10.
Come on, set! Hawks, 19 Lions, 18 Rattlers.
To throw again is Penix. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. And the Jets will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Allen going to run with it. Well, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted.
And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, go! 19. Warriors, 7 back, trap 60, trap 60.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on 1st down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 60 Bobcat.
Looking to throw, Penix.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half.
Jets 20, Bengals 17.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And we'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The
Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
19
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover.
This is caught inside the 15. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play there for Cincinnati. 52 yards.
At the 5-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll run with ETN.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Second and goal at the 8-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd.
And now an audible here into something else.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. And his kick here is good. And that's going to tie things at 20. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Running left, Achane.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
195 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time to make sure you get in shape.
And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
A give left side. Here's Achane.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On play action, Allen. Now a run here, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Hasn't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To the air, Allen.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. From the gun, it's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
When you get into the second half of a tied ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there. His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll throw with Penix. Quick thrown into the hands of Darren Waller.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Darren Waller, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals have taken the lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so. I think that they go in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
The tight end in motion right.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he'll have a Jets first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good.
A run straight ahead with Achane.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter.
Second and 10.
And now they'll throw with Allen. This is caught by McMillan. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
36-yard line.
319. What's that?
On the handoff, it's Achane.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played the response.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Nick Bolton able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Half 85, half 85. Ready? What's that?
To throw, it's Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line.
Another Jets first down. A gain of 21 yards. And the Jets first down.
Middle. What's that?
Now Allen. Over the middle, pass caught by Warren. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Option handoff now to Achane. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. One more time with Achane. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. And I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They're on 37-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. Ball on the 39. Here's the second and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Here's Penix. Quickly into the hands of Waller. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It may look routine when you see the finished product, but what a nice job of concentration there. Catching the football on that route and then taking it a nice distance. A great example for an offensive throwing short and running long.
Open man is tipped in. call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4. At the 23-yard line.
And looking to throw, Penix.
This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bengals will add to their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
34. Jets 23.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, first and 10.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Allen now looks to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's third and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll find McMillan here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here we go. This is fourth down. Now Allen, gotta have this one. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Throwing, Allen. That's caught by Wilson.
And getting this just shy of midfield, spotted at the 49.
18 more yards. That's another Jets.
Allen. That's pulled in by Wilson.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's first and 10. To throw is Allen. Looking middle, and he finds McMillan.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Here's Allen.
Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Warren, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Mecole Hardman. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Bengals. They're going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Up to midfield. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, pick me for a neck brace, partner. One kickoff return in one direction for a touchdown, and the other one, they almost broke going back the other way.
This is 1st and 10. Now Allen. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Jets 36.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They begin with a quick throw out left. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go, here we go.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. A shotgun snap and again to ETN.
There he goes left side.
He's on his way.
And he will finally be taken down at the Jets 18. A big pickup there. Without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. And that run has to be so deflating for the defense. They needed the stop. That might put the icing on the cake.
Perfect word for it, because when an offense grinds a defense down and kind of takes their heart from them, and you see them start to sag,